Guys, today's video is going to be another book review on The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer. Now, I just finished the series like on Friday, and holy crap, it's an amazing series. I loved it. And before we get into that, I'll read you what it's about. Mara Dyer doesn't think life can get any stranger than waking up in a hospital with no memory of how she got there. It can. She believes there must be more to the accident she can't remember that killed her friends and left her mysteriously unharmed. There is. She doesn't believe that after everything she's been through, she can fall in love. She's wrong. This series, oh my gosh, okay, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, this series is just so good, and it's like, how do authors even come up with stories like this? I mean, ideas, it's just unbelievable. I mean, it's amazing. Sorry, I'm in awe of books. You know me. I'm in awe of books. But, this one is a really good one. Basically, she's in an accident with her friends, like it said, and she wakes up in the hospital with no memory of of what happened, and then, she ends up, having to move to California or Miami because she has PTSD and, there's just too much trauma where she lived in Laurelton, in London? It might have been London, I'm not sure. I can't remember. I feel bad because I can't remember. She can't remember anything. And then when she goes to Miami, she ends up, getting flashbacks and stuff. And then she ends up thinking that she ends up having hallucinations, and she knows she's crazy because, or she knows she's not, sorry. Everybody thinks she's crazy because she thinks, blah, blah, I don't know how to explain it. But basically, she thinks she's crazy, and, I'm so sorry. I keep getting distracted. But it's just crazy. Basically, she ends up learning that she can kill people with her mind. Her thoughts are, if she thinks of something, somebody dying, they'll die exactly how she thinks. When she's in Miami, there's a dog owner who abused his dog in, horrible, horrible ways. And she ends up imagining, okay, I'm sorry, this is going to get a little graphic, but she ends up imagining his head smashed in and, pulp, oozing out and flies. It's disgusting. And the next day, she goes to his house, and there's policemen there, there's ambulance, and she sees him on the ground exactly how she imagined. And then she finds out, she's thinking about this, when she's on her way to school or whatever, because I think she has to go to school when, and the policeman says he died around 9 o'clock, which is when she was there, and and then she stole the dog. I mean, obviously, you can't just leave a dog there, because they'll probably put it down. But she steals the dog, and it's just, anyway. And then she meets Noah, who is, a notorious party guy. He goes to parties, and he dates a lot of girls and stuff, and then they get together, they fall in love with each other. And, yeah, and then she gets, a flashback of her boyfriend, Jude, who assaulted her before the asylum collapsed. Oh, yeah, that's where they were. They were in an asylum. And, sorry, I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh. She basically wishes that the asylum would collapse on Jude to get him away from her. And then she thinks she ends up killing her best friend and his sister. But that's not true. There's a twist, and that will be in the next book. I'll tell you in the next video. And then, she ends up finding out that Noah is like her, but he can heal things, or heal people. And he can hear people's thoughts, or not thoughts, but he can hear, if somebody's in danger, he can hear them, in that time of need. It's in the second book, I think it's the second book. I'm not sure. I honestly can't remember. I read this series and I remember it. It's so, I don't know why I can't remember it. But in one of the books, he hears Joseph, her little brother, Mara's little brother, he hears him get kidnapped, or no, he sees him kidnapped and stuff, and her dad is a lawyer. This is important. Her mom's a psychologist, and her dad's a lawyer, and he basically hears Joseph in need of help, and then they go to find him, and it's like in the middle of this like swamp thing, and they end up like in the middle of the swamp, and there's alligators coming towards them, and she ends up killing all the alligators and fish. And so they think, I can't remember if this is in the second book or if the first book. I honestly can't remember. But it's a really good series. I definitely recommend it. And then at the end of the book, she ends up shooting her dad. Okay, it sounds horrible, but not like but like she's trying to shoot his defendant because he's evil. His defendant is evil. But she ends up shooting him instead on accident, and Noah heals him, so he turns out fine. But that's at the end of the first book, and then it goes into like to the second book, and it's a really good series. I'm sorry, I'm butchering the summary of it. I know I am. It's just I can't. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's so hard. I just can't remember which. Yeah. But stay tuned because the second book gets even better, and obviously the third one does too. But I hope that you keep watching, or keep watching. I hope that you watch my next video, and I will see you then. Bye!